Second prize sealed bid auction. So there are two bidders and they are bidding some value, B1, B2. Anyone who is going to bid the highest bid, he is going to win. But the amount he has to pay is what the second person or the second bidder would have bid, right? So there are two bidders and they have given simultaneously two sealed bids, B1, B2, right? And the highest bidder wins. And the price paid is the amount which is bid by the second highest bidder, right? Uh, Price paid is the second highest bid. And not the winner's own bid. Hmm? So, so in case if say, just to explain this, so B1 is let's say 420, B2 is 380. So player one wins and he pays 380. He pays 380. So so if player I wins, payoff of I is valuation of individual I minus valuation of the second highest bidder. इसको आप ऐसे ही लिख लो, it's easy. Minus second highest bid. Minus second highest bid. So and if player I lose, right, then the payoff is zero. Payoff of individual I is zero. Now we will show, although I'll be using one simple numerical example to explain the point. So this is not a mathematical proof that you will do, but you will understand what exactly it means. If my valuation is VI, I should be bidding VI only. That is my dominant strategy. In fact, a weekly dominant strategy. So bidding. One's true valuation, BI equals to VI, is a weekly dominant strategy. It means that this strategy is going to perform at least as well as any other strategy, no matter what opponent is doing, right? So We'll create one example. So let us look at this thing. Let us create one example for this. So there is bidder I. His true valuation is 100, right? And his shaded bid is, let's say, 70, which is less than VI. So you understand that. So truthful bid is that whatever my valuation is, that is what my bidding is. Shaded bid is that I am going to bid lesser than what my valuation is, right? And uh, opponent's bid, is BJ. Oh, yeah, BJ, right? So payoff rule in second price auction. If bid of player I is more than bid of player J, then player I wins. Bidder I wins. Pays BJ. And payoff is VI minus BJ. If BI is less than BJ, and bidder I loses, his payoff is 0. So you are going to compare truthful bidding when player I is going to bid his true value, and shaded bidding when he is bidding lesser than what his true value is. So case 1. Opponent bids above your value, right? So he has bidded more than 100. So say opponent has bid 120. यहाँ पे if you bid 100, you will lose. Your payoff is 0. If you are going to have a shaded bid, then also you lose. Point which I'm trying to tell is, if you do a truthful bidding here, then also you lose. If you do a shaded bid, then also you lose. And your payoff is still 0 here also, right? Say BJ is 100. So other person has bid exactly equal to your true value. So if you bid 100, that is if you do truthful bidding, you can lose, you can win, depending upon what happens in case if there is a tie. So if you guys are player I and I'm player J, I have bid 100, which is equal to your true value. So it means we both of us have bid the same amount. So there will be some tie breaking rule, na? So that depends on that. Huh? So there'll be there'll be a tie or lose, right? Depending on the rule, depending on the rule, right? Uh, so payoff is zero. If you do a shaded bid, bidding less than 100, less than your true value, you will definitely lose, and your payoff is still zero. So you bid anything between 70 and your truthful bidding, it is going to give you same payoff, which is zero. If you overbid, uh, if you overbid, you can maybe you can win, but you will have a negative payoff. You understand why? अब जैसे my valuation is 100, but let's say ऐसे इस वाले केस में I bid 140, right? You understand in this? My valuation is 100. I have overbid. I will win. But your bid was 120. So how much I'll pay? I'll pay uh, how much I'll be paying? I'll be paying VI minus 20. So I'll be paying 120. No, I'll be paying the second person. But my payoff is going to be VI minus 120, which is minus 20. So I'll get a negative payoff. So if I overbid, I'll get a negative payoff. If I bid anything between 70 to 100, I will get the payoff of zero. So you tell me one thing. So bidding in this case, जब 100 में भी you are getting zero payoff, right? So it is at least as good as any deviation here. No? So truthful bidding is at least as good as any deviation here. Case 2. Case 2. Opponent is bidding somewhere between what your shaded bid is and your true valuation 100. So anything between 70 to 100. What happens then? Bids between shaded bid and your true valuation. So your shaded bid was 70 and true valuation is 100. So opponent has bid somewhere in between this. So say opponent bids 90. So if you bid 100, which is truthful, you will win. Why? Because you bid more than what your opponent is bidding. So you're going to win. You pay how much? You pay the price of the second highest bidder, which is of your opponent's price, which is 90. Your utility is what? Your payoff is what? Your valuation minus what you have to pay, which is 10, which is good enough. If you bid shaded bidding, shaded, you lose. You lose, your payoff is 0. So shading bid is strictly worse than truthful bidding. No. So in the first case also, true valuation was a weakly dominant strategy. Here it is a strictly dominant strategy. It did bid. Strictly worse. Then you have case 3. Opponent is going to bid below your shaded bid also, right? Below your shaded bid. Your bid was of 70. He bid below 70. So say opponent is bidding 60. So if you bid 100, he bid 60, you win now. You win, right? How much you pay? Your bid was of 100, second highest bid was of 60, so you pay a second highest bid, which is 60. Your payoff is how much? Your valuation minus what you have to pay, that is 40, right? If you do a shaded bidding, if you bid 70, then what will happen? You bid 70, your opponent bids 60, so you win. You pay how much? You pay the amount of second highest bid. Your utility is your valuation minus what you have to pay. So in this case, you are indifferent. If in this case you are indifferent, if whether you do a true valuation or shaded valuation, or if you do a truthful bidding or a shaded bidding. Uh, so uh, so for any bj less than equal to your shaded bid, payoff is going to be same. So you are indifferent. Payoff is identical, right? Uh, so think about it this way. In first case, whether you do truthful bidding or you do shaded bidding, your payoff is same, which is 0. In second case, your payoff is strictly higher when you do a truthful bidding. In third case, whether you do a truthful bidding or you do a shaded bidding, your payoff is same. So can I say, was there any case out of these three where truthful bidding is strictly giving you lesser? It is giving you same payoff as the shaded bidding, but in one of the case it is giving strictly more. So isn't it weakly dominant strategy, right? So this makes weakly dominant strategy. So truthful bidding is a weakly dominant strategy. You with me? Although this is not a proof, but I hope this example will tell you what exactly we meant by a truthful bidding being a weakly dominant strategy. I hope it is useful to you.